Welcome back. Every year, Our Detroit magazine showcases the best of what the city has to offer in its City Guide, dialing into the 313. Now, one of the restaurants featured in this year's issue is Mulefoot Gastropub, and this morning joining us is the executive chef of that wonderful establishment, Mike Romine. Thank you for coming back in. And also,
very much.
The editor of Our Detroit magazine, Steve Wilkie. So we're so honored to have you with us as well. We'll start with the food first, because I know everybody's like salivating over what you brought in. What are you making for us today?
Absolutely. So what we're going to make today is an item off of our new menu. It actually just came out a couple of days ago. So this is actually a salad. This salad is made with charred green beans, heirloom tomatoes, goat cheese, and this is jowl bacon. So the most important piece of this dish is actually the fat from these the jowl. So
I mean, anytime you start with bacon, usually it's going to be an excellent dish.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of people think that. And this is pasture-raised bacon too, right?
This is from our own hogs. Yep, we raise them ourselves. These pigs have 20 acres to roam on, and they eat nothing but local organic produce. So they're very happy critters. So normally we'll cook this bacon on a much lower temperature to render the fat out and make it nice and crispy. But just for time's sake, we'll get this fat going in here.
And then get the idea.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we're going to use this fat to char the beans. So charring the beans is a nice touch that adds a whole nother dimension of flavor that most people never think about. They just boil them or however. So we'll get these things charring away here.
And while you're doing that, I just want to touch base with Steve here. Why did the Gastropub get selected for this edition?
Well, in some ways, they have some very rabid, loyal fans because they're a little bit to the fringe of our market. Yet they got voted tied for general excellence in restaurants. So they have some very loyal fans. And so we decided when we were doing the 3 and the 1 and the 3 was 3 local restaurants in Detroit that are new, and then 3 in the suburbs that are notable, and then 1, as we called it, worth the drive. And so it's, and it definitely is.
Right. And where are you located? Where's your restaurant located?
We're straight up Van Dyke. We're where basically 53 and 69 cross. So it's a little bit of a drive, but it's north, so you don't have to fight the traffic.
There you go.
And for people who are going there for the very first time, what do you recommend they get?
That's a great question. I certainly recommend the cut of the day. Because we raise the pigs, we use a different cut every day, and it's kind of the chef's inspiration, so it's always something very, very fresh. It's all local produce, so there's always something very fun and creative going on with the cut of the day.
And it is really good.
You've been there
we were out
times,
last Sunday. It's definitely worth the drive, and also though you should make reservations, because if you're going to drive all the way out there and all of a sudden if they're pretty busy, you know, and you don't want to drive all the way out there and find out there's no seat for you.
It's a good pointer, for sure. Now, this is out on newsstands right now.
Yes, it is.
People want to read about all of the restaurants recommended.
Yes, it is. And then also we have another, we finally put out a cookbook, which is something that Our Detroit should have been doing years ago. We always joke about that. But we have an event called Savor, where it's a whole week-long event, and we decided to pair all those recipes into one major cookbook called Savor.
Fantastic. So
those you can see at savordetroit.com, or else you can also catch most of this issue right now is up online at ourdetroit.com and on newsstands.
Now, can we savor this? I know we're almost out of time. This looks so beautiful how you plated this. I think we're running out of time. We're going to taste it in the break. But thank you so much, Chef Romine, for coming in. We appreciate it. Also, Steve Wilkie from Our Detroit magazine. Check it out, dialing into the 313. Now,